Firelight Dialogues, Volume 1, Number 2, The First Stories We Told. Before there were temples, before there were scriptures, before there were nations or kings, there were stories. Stories whispered around fires like this one, shaped how we saw the sky, how we interpreted the earth, and how we understood ourselves. Welcome to Firelight Dialogues, where our aim is conversation, not confrontation, and where curiosity sits higher than certainty. Today we step back, far back, into the earliest myths humanity ever dared to tell. Take what you need, leave the rest, live and let live, and always ask, where is the life lesson in this? Long before writing, before farming, before the first city rose from the dust, our ancestors looked at lightning, mountains, oceans, and stars, and wondered, what is speaking to us? The earliest Indo-European and Near Eastern peoples didn't divide the world into natural and supernatural. Everything was alive. Everything had intention. The Proto-Indo-Europeans spoke of a Sky Father and an Earth Mother, primordial forces whose union created the world. The Sumerians told of gods who crafted humans out of clay mixed with divine blood. The Egyptians imagined the world emerging from a vast, silent ocean of potential. Different images, same human instinct to make meaning. People migrated, tribes mixed, languages evolved, and their stories traveled with them, changing, merging, transforming. A storm god battling a serpent appears in Mesopotamia. Marduk versus Tiamat. Egypt, Ra versus Apep. We'll get back to the fire in a moment, but first, this short interruption. If something in today's conversation stirred a question, or maybe even a disagreement, I'd genuinely like to hear it. You can reach me directly at info@patsanswers.com. That's info at patsanswers.com. And if you'd like to explore these ideas in a slower, more reflective way, the Fireside Dialogues Anthology is available at https://books-to-read.com/Elias Stone. Take what resonates, leave the rest, and I'll see you by the fire in a few moments. Indo-European myth, Indra versus Vritra. Greek myth, Zeus versus Typhon. And Norse myth, Thor versus Jormungandr. One pattern, many masks. Why? Because every society faced storms, literal and emotional. Myth isn't about gods. Myth is about us. Let's take a moment. Pause the mind. Let the symbols settle. Ask yourself, what early story shaped the way I see the world, even if I didn't realize it? If you listen closely to the oldest myths, you'll notice something profound. They aren't trying to control you. They're trying to teach you. Sumerian myths taught responsibility. Humans were created to share the burden of life with the gods. Egyptian myths taught balance, that life collapses without harmony. Proto-Indo-European stories taught cycles, that destruction and renewal are partners, not enemies. These weren't superstitions. They were survival strategies, philosophies delivered in story form. And maybe, just maybe, that's why these stories still resonate. They're not ancient because they're old. They're ancient because they're true. Not literally, but symbolically, emotionally, and psychologically. They're mirrors, polished by thousands of hands. Remember this: the earliest stories weren't meant to divide us. They were meant to help us survive, together. They gave our ancestors a map of the cosmos, a guide to living, a vocabulary for fear and hope and longing. And they still speak, whenever we're willing to listen. So take what you need from tonight's journey. Leave the rest for another traveler. Live and let live, and keep asking, where's the life lesson in this? Thank you for joining me by the fire. I'm Pat Kansor, and this has been Firelight Dialogues. Before we close the circle tonight, if something here sparked a thought, a question, or even a challenge, you're welcome to reach out. You can contact me directly at info@patsanswers.com. And if you'd like to walk these ideas at a slower pace, the Fireside Dialogues Anthology is available at bookstoread.com/Elias Stone. Until the next time, keep thinking clearly, and I'll meet you by the fire.